Hey guys, here with another video, and I wanted to talk about how the mainstream media works. There's a great example of this that happened yesterday, and it kind of went viral. And a lot of people within the mainstream media have egg on their face at the moment. This is something I caught in Mike Cernovich's Twitter feed that he had talked about this, so this is how it came to my attention. And so this is coming from his website. If you trust him or not, doesn't matter. This actually is how this happened. So there's a guy on Twitter named Bremmer, and I don't really know a whole lot about him. And he says this was in jest. I don't know if he's just backpedaling or if he was doing this to prove how fake news narratives get spread. I mean, this is a perfect example of it. So he had said yesterday, he had tweeted out that President Trump in Tokyo had said Kim Jong-un is smarter and would make a better president than Sleepy Joe Biden. And you see Chris Hayes here saying, wait, did Trump actually say that? But that didn't stop the fake news from spreading. You have former CIA agent Emily Brandwin sharing the hoax. Anna Navarro says, don't shrug your shoulders. Don't get used to this insanity. The President of the United States praising a cruel dictator who violates human rights, threatens nuclear attacks, oppresses his people, and kills political opponents is not freaking normal. And then you have Andrew Lawrence here. It's equally incredible how easily manipulated the president is, and also how that Democrats haven't figured out how to take advantage of this yet. So you can see here that they're just running away with it. There was no fact-checking. They just ran with it. So you can see here, Cernovich had written, as media expert Yossi Gestetner observed, this proves the insane echo chamber that anti-Trump Twitter has become, that journos, lawmakers, and never-Trumpers pounce on anything Trump without waiting for proof. This is why there's so many fake leaks from the White House. Journos make stuff up knowing it will get play, no questions asked, which is true. So what's going to happen here is that you have what Bremmer had tweeted, and he has since come back here and says, my tweet yesterday about Biden, or about Trump preferring Kim Jong-un to Biden as president was meant in jest. The president correctly quoted me as saying it was a completely ludicrous statement. I should have been clear. My apologies. And of course, the ratio on this is quite telling. But this is a perfect example how the people on the left, especially in the, well, let me phrase that, not necessarily left, but in the media, I think many media outlets are guilty of this, but they take something at face value with no fact checking, which back in the day, before places like Twitter, the media would fact check. I mean, that was the whole, they employed people whose job was to fact check. And I don't even know if those people exist anymore. But again, Twitter gives them the ability of just saying whatever is on the top of their head without any fact-checking involved. So they actually lost their minds over this, over a fake tweet. Now, here's what's going to happen. And this is the big problem, is that people in the media know that they can print a story that is bad, that is inflammatory, and they can print a story that is literally fake news. And what happens is that they will offer a retraction. Right, and it's all quiet under the table, these retractions. And so we see it happen that you get a story, it's fake news, it makes a lot of headlines, and people believe it. And then later there'll be a retraction that nobody knows about. It gets a quarter of the views than the original story did, sometimes even less. And so there's plenty, and I see this every day, like on Twitter and Reddit, other places, people parroting fake news, facts. Or fake, false facts, or as they like to say, alternative facts, that they're spouting the stuff off when it's been proven that the stuff is fake, but they still use it. They still use it as fact, and that's because again, this goes back to the whole thing that retractions happen. No one knows that it happens, and they just take what was said at face value. So this is a perfect example of how fake news just runs away with. Or how fake news is created, and how the story and the narrative will run away. And you know what? And I can guarantee you that Anna Navarro is never going to she's never going to apologize for this. Never say, oh wait, I misspoke. This is kind of the same thing you saw in Covington, which there's still a lot of people out there who have never retracted their tweets after it came out that these kids really weren't to blame. Actually, let's go to Anna Navarro and see if she's actually said anything here. I doubt it. Let's go. Let's see. She's at the beach, something about a house. Gosh, your Twitter's such cancer. Reality check. I know defending Trump must be stressful, but still, isn't it a little too early for drunk tweeting? And probably this goes back to, yeah. So I don't see. She must have deleted her tweet because I'm not seeing it here. So, and again, that's another thing that happens. They delete their tweets and then they don't. They delete their tweets and then they don't say anything. It just goes away out in the ether as if they did nothing wrong. They should come out and actually state like, "Oops, my bad," but they don't because they prefer the narrative to keep existing and to continue on. You know, because it works to their narrative. So, but anyways, yeah, this was just a quick take, but I think it's a perfect example of how viral news spreads, viral fake news especially. So, again, you shouldn't take anything in the media at face value. You need to do your own research, your own fact-checking, because these people do not do it. So, anyways, if you like this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe, and I'll see you guys later.